Delaware, the second number 5 seed all time to advance to the final, second appearance in the final. Start with a statement from Coach Inglesby and then go to questions.
Yeah, we, first of all, that's a really, really good basketball team that we beat tonight. I have great respect for Pat and what he's done this year. He's a phenomenal coach. It's a really, really good basketball team. And our guys are ready to play tonight. Obviously, we lost 2 tough games to them during the regular season. 2 games on 3 nights, which is definitely unique, but really proud of these guys and Ryan Allen. We knew coming down here that our seniors, our leaders, were going to have to play well for us. And I challenged those guys as we got back to practice on Wednesday, especially on the defensive end. We needed to be a tougher basketball team. And 2 nights, we kept teams into the 50s on the defensive end. They have great belief in each other. And on the offensive end, we were able to get into a good flow with multiple weapons. Sharing the basketball, not turning it over, being able to execute at key times. So really proud of our guys and get a chance to advance and compete for a championship tomorrow night.
Go to questions in the room. If you have a question, please raise your hand. Go in front to Andy first.
Hey, Martin. Obviously, they're going to make a run. They do. They get, within 1 or 2 there. What kind of got you through that stretch and then able to extend the lead back out?
Yeah, just staying together. It was one of those ones where I went back to the huddle, and I didn't have to say a whole lot. These guys were talking to each other, and Ryan and Jameer and Andrew Carr. I think they're saying the things that I want to say to them. And I think that obviously gives me great confidence in their ability to stay poised in those moments. We did it last night. They made a big run. They got it down to 2, 3, 5, whatever. Thought we did a good job coming down and executing. Ryan Allen made a big 2-point jump shot. We got a couple stops. Talked about each 4-minute segment, being able to put stops together. 3 stops in a row is what we did leading into the weekend down here. So, we dug in and held a really good basketball team to 56 points, and were able to kind of methodically build that lead with some timely offensive possessions and shots.
Kevin.
Hey, Martin, you need big buckets to kind of hold off a team like that. Kevin with a couple threes were really big for you. How important was it to just kind of get baskets today when you needed them at the right time?
Yeah, very important. He's played a lot of college basketball, and I got to the point this year, I just said, just go get the basketball, and I want the ball in your hands, and I know you're going to make the right decision. And he keeps coming over. I got you, coach. I got you, coach. And he made some timely shots. When he gets his feet set, he's one of the best shooters in the league. And I thought he made some timely threes. He made that big 3 to put us up, I think, 13. But I'm very calm when he has the ball in his hands, executing down the stretch. And I thought we did a good job of, milking the clock to take some time off the clock with a lead, but then also being able to be efficient and execute when we needed to, whether it was getting a drive, whether it was a kick out, or whether it was getting to the foul line. So, I yell at him a lot in practice. I want the ball in your hands. Go get it. I trust you. He's an extension of me out there. And, his development from when he came to us from Williamsport, PA, he has grown so much as just a steady, calming influence for us out there. So really proud of him, and he's been a great leader for us.
And back.
You got 7 guys that play a majority of the minutes. To talk about your team and how they're able to handle that, right? You got a really good scorer in the post coming off the bench.
Yep.
Jameer doesn't finish the game playing well. What is it about their selfless nature that gives you guys a chance to compete at this level?
Yeah, I just think it's really the makeup and identity of our group and the type of kids that we've recruited into our program. It's not about one individual. Obviously you play for the name on the front of your jersey and not on the back. And then with Jair's development and then Dylan coming back in, we feel really good about our core 7 guys. And you're kind of mixing and matching personnel based on their personnel, whether we play big, whether we play small. What do we do defensively if we have to go a little smaller? We've got into some segments where we switched everything. So I think our offense and defensive versatility in those segments is really important for us. And we have a very unselfish group. It's not just one guy. And, Jair's been great lately. They put a little bigger body on him to start the game. So, you're just trying to figure out where you have an advantage and maybe a mismatch to be able to exploit. And then the 2 games we played against them, we were very careless with the basketball. We got multiple ball handling guards out there with Allen, Nelson, Kev, but we did a great job taking care of it. Only turned it over 11 times, and those are the ones where, we've hurt ourselves and maybe beaten ourselves before by giving them some opportunities because they are so good in transition.
A question for each of the players. First, for you, Dylan. After you had the ankle injury that you dealt with, pretty much the majority part of the latter part of the season. How are you feeling? And how close to 100% would you say you are at this point in time?
I'm feeling 100%, and I'll be ready to go tomorrow.
And for you, Kevin, obviously, over the course of your career, you've really developed as a jump shooter. And for tonight, you obviously were 4 for 6 from 3. I mean, hit some huge shots down the stretch. Seems like you're really confident as a shooter now. I mean, just talk about your development throughout your time here at Delaware.
I would just say I just had to build my confidence. Really, coming in here, I wasn't really confident shooting the ball. I was more like a driver and kicker. But coach always told me in practice, when you get it, look at it, because they want me shooting it. So he just put the confidence in me, and I think that's what it is, just my confidence.
To the Zoom and Jerry, and then Kyle on the Zoom.
Hey guys, I hope you can hear me okay. For Kevin and Dylan, I know obviously there's one more game at least for you guys, but what does this mean to you after coming so close last couple of years and coming back for one more shot at this to get to this position and have a shot to do it again tomorrow night?
Definitely means a lot. This is what we worked for all year. We had a disappointing finish to the end of our regular season, and we kind of regrouped, took that little week off to regroup, and we knew what we had to do to come down here and win 3 games in 3 days, and we're in the position we want to be in right now. So we're really excited for tomorrow. We got to go back to the hotel, get a good meal, get a good night's sleep, and prepare for the winner of this game.
Kyle Kensing.
Yeah, I was actually gonna. Sorry, I was actually gonna ask something along the same lines as Jerry, but Martin, for you specifically, in this age of the transfer portal and everything, having this veteran core back, I mean, how much has this group sort of meant to you through the course of this season?
Yeah, I mean, that's, they have great belief in what we do. We were very excited to have these guys come back to be able to kind of finish what we started. Obviously, the transfer portal has really changed the landscape of college basketball. It will continue to do it. But, love these guys, love what they bring to the table. They came back to put ourselves in a position that we're in right now. I think 3 out of the 6 years I've been here, we've gotten to the semis in the conference tournament. It's great to be able to break through and get a chance to compete on Tuesday night to cut down nets and play in the NCAA tournament. And, these guys are having a lot of fun. They're enjoying each other. Heck of a celebration in the locker room, and, just really proud of how we're playing.
Hey, Coach, can you talk some about working through the foul trouble with Jameer and Jair, especially when they got 4 fouls, and even Kevin and Dylan, how you guys rallied off the bench to make sure you guys could close that one out when they were in foul trouble late?
Yeah, I mean, Towson puts so much pressure on you from the three-point line in transition. I mean, Holden's such a unique basketball player. You want to take away his right hand. Sometimes you just can't do it. And then they got Thompson and Gray, and they're physical. And, I thought we were able to mix and match a little bit based on our personnel. When Jair got in foul trouble and Andrew Carr got in foul trouble, we were able to play a little bit. I thought Marco came off the bench and gave us some good, solid minutes as the 8th guy. We thought about going zone. We stuck to our man-to-man principles on that end. But, again, we're able to be versatile and a little dynamic on the defensive end when we're able to do that. Jair can play big. He can play small. Ebby's been fabulous down here for us defensively. He made a big 3, but I can't say enough about what he's done on the defensive end. And he's another guy that we switch a lot of stuff, and it's going to come down to can you guard your guy? And we've done that really well the last 2 nights.
Kevin.
Hey, Kev, what's it mean to you to be closing your career in a game like you're going to play in tomorrow? And what are you guys doing well that maybe you weren't doing near the end of the regular season?
I mean, it means a lot. Coming in here and then being injured my first year, and then losing in the semis, like Coach said, and we just felt like we were just stuck at a wall, with semis, and just to make it to the championship, I'm just happy, but the job's not done. And then, what was your second question? I'm sorry.
Just what you guys have done well here that maybe you weren't doing those last few regular season games.
I would say we're playing tough. We're showing real toughness right now. We're not letting up. When we're getting leads, we're not just settling down and slowing up like we usually do. We're keeping our foot on the necks, and I feel like that's really helping us a lot.
Last one over here.
Martin, Can you just talk a little bit about the defensive intensity that your team has had so far in this tournament? Obviously, a great game yesterday defensively against Drexel, and following it up with even a better one today against a Towson team that's really been lighting it up offensively the past couple of games.
Yeah, I mean, they scored 41 points in 18 minutes against us a week ago. You know, we knew if we were going to come down here and make a run, we had to be better defensively and had to be tougher. And again, I said it last night. It started with practice at 7 a.m. on Wednesday morning, and we went for 45 minutes, and then we came back and went again. And, you know, I really challenged our leadership that if we're going to come down here and stay, that we have to be a tougher basketball team, a more physical basketball team, a more together basketball team. They're capable of doing it. We had to pull it out of each other. And again, they're having fun playing basketball. You know, that's what we had finished the regular season, losing 3 in a row. We took Tuesday off just to get away from each other. And I tried to keep it as loose as possible, but also get to work. And I think you've seen a different mentality and mindset of that group as we came down 95 and, you know, keep being a tough basketball team, right? The game honors that, and that's been my theme down here since we got down here on Friday.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks.
Statement from Coach.
Yeah, hey, credit to Delaware. Obviously, you know, they played better than us tonight. They're a well-coached, good team. We have a lot of respect for them. You know, and you know, I thought they made timely shots. But you know, it's hard to beat a good team. I think, you know, a couple games that we have lost, we just have shot the ball really poorly from the perimeter. Thought our effort was good. It's a terrific group of guys. We just really wasn't our night. We didn't execute as well as we normally do, but Delaware certainly had a lot to do with that. And you know, well, I said they're very well coached and a very talented team.
John and then Dave, or Dave and then John.
If you could, Pat, if you could just address defensively the things that they did to contain you guys early on.
Yeah, I thought, you know, we were relying on the three-point shot a little bit more than normal with Charlie. You know, he rolled the ankle, and you know, I thought his effort was valiant. He just, you know, we couldn't really throw it into him like we normally do. But they have good length. I thought that they were engaged, you know, pretty good. They were going under a lot of ball screens, which we thought, and trying to switch some of our stagger screens. I said we got a lot of threes up, which we've been comfortable taking a lot. We just thought we had a couple good looks when we made runs, and we never got over the proverbial hump. But it was a little bit of a weird day for preparation for us. We didn't have Charles or Holden. Those guys got hurt yesterday, and they couldn't go through shoot around a walkthrough. So then we said, all right, just warm up, and if you can go. So I appreciate those guys kind of gutting it out. When you're playing against a really good team like that, it takes you a little bit off rhythm.
For either of you, I was told that you can get an NIT bid since you're the 1 seed. Obviously, you wanted to win this one and go all the way, but is there at least a silver lining knowing that even though you lost, your season might not be over?
Well, season is definitely not over. We will be in the NIT. We'll take a couple days. Obviously, the guys are disappointed. I'm sure Jason will echo that. And then we'll reset. Our university, our program, I don't believe has ever played in the NIT. And there'll be a selection show, and we'll try to regroup, get healthy, and see if we can make a run at it. You know, hopefully we'll get a big name school on TV and see what we can do.
Yeah, I mean, this was a tough one. We're all, you know, taking it pretty tough. You know, it is nice that we do have basketball left, that we can play more. That's always a blessing. You know, I love my guys, and we're going to keep going.
Pat, what would you say was the difference between this game and the other 2 Delaware games?
I think our effort was really good. We had good intensity. I didn't think our execution was very good. You know, I take responsibility for that. I thought we had some wild drives. We didn't finish great. And then I thought a couple of hurried shots. And then they're good. They're really good on offense. So they have a good mixture of playing inside out. And you get behind a little bit, and I think, you know, it's human nature to press and maybe want to make a shot, and it just didn't happen. But sometimes it's as simple as a make or miss game. Like I said, a couple of games we've lost in the league, We lost at Northeastern. We were 1 for 15 from 3. We lost at Drexel. We were 3 for 20 from 3. And lose tonight, sometimes it happens. And don't forget, the other team's got good players, and they're well coached, and sometimes it happens.
Jason, can you summarize this season, all the ups and downs, and you're still not over yet, obviously, but just what's happened throughout this season?
Probably a little more ups than downs, I'd say. 25 wins, pretty good.
Yeah, definitely a lot more ups than downs. Obviously, this one hurts, but I'm proud of our guys for the season. We needed everybody to do it. And there have been games where we've been down guys and showed our toughness that we got some gutsy wins. So there's definitely a lot of ups.
On the coaches, how difficult was it just not having Charles at 100%? Obviously, inside it seemed like the big guys were able to kind of have a better game this time around than they had the first couple times.
Yeah, those guys are good. I mean, Davis, Rookie of the Year, and Painter is, he's in Carr. I mean, those are big guys. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it happens. We've had some of it this year, and I know they've had it too, and it's not ideal timing. There's a little bit of good fortune involved in winning these things, right? That's kind of the exciting thing. It's a 40-minute game. It's not a series. It's a tournament. Anything can happen. But their big guys are very good.
To the Zoom, Jerry, and then Chris.
Hey, Pat, hope you can hear me. You just alluded to it. A lot's got to go right in these type of settings for a champion to work for a champion. As you talked about earlier this season, you've had some runs where things didn't go quite your way in this setting. How tough is this one? In particular, to kind of lose. Charles not himself. You run into a really hot veteran team in Delaware tonight. Where's this one ranked for you in terms of the tough near misses you guys have had there?
Yeah, I mean, I'll try to put it together later, I guess, and rank them, Jerry. I feel more disappointed for my players. It's certainly not about me. We try to put a game plan together. So does Delaware, by the way, and they're good. Sometimes it happens. It's just a hard one to. It's hard to beat a good team and shoot 4 for 23 from the perimeter. We'd have to have an unbelievable defensive effort, which I thought the effort was good. We just couldn't stop them enough, and you'd have to really hammer them on the boards, and that didn't happen. So it hurts. We'll try to watch tape and get prepared for next week.
Chris.
Hey, Coach Pat, Chris Heidel from Herb FM Radio in Baltimore. Sorry for the tough loss tonight. Look at the positive side of it. You guys are actually playing in the middle of March, and we haven't had that in so much in a couple of years. Is that good for the team and actually build some confidence for the future?
Yeah, it's great for the program and our university. I mean, it's like I said, we won our first CAA championship and going our first NIT in the history of the program. I mean, I'm well aware that we never had a winning season in the America East or the CAA. Until we got in here a few years ago. So we definitely take pride in that. I think the last time we won a championship was in some league called the East Coast Conference. I couldn't even tell you who was in it. It's been that long ago. So I'm proud of our kids, and the goal now will be to reset and see if we can make a run in the NIT.
Kyle Kensing.
Yeah, for Jason, I know it's kind of tough right now, but having a conference championship, 25 wins. How much sort of pride do you take in what this program has been able to accomplish, especially when you were not really expected to accomplish so much this year?
Yeah, I mean, we obviously saw the preseason rankings. We took that personal. I'm proud of my guys for what we did this season. It took everybody. This one hurts for sure because we wanted to get this, but we're not done. So that's really all I got to say to that.
The third row.
Definitely a special season for you guys coming off of last year and all the opportunity. What's your message moving forward for your players?
Yeah, I mean, we're just going to go back and try to execute. We had a good year 2 years ago, and then pandemic and all that stuff. The train got off the track. So this is more. I mean, I've had a really good player here to my left. He won 19 his first full year and 25 this year. We got a lot of guys that we expect to be back. But before we wrap that up and talk about that, we got to reset and try to make a run at this thing. That would be sometimes you end up getting a good draw, right? Sometimes you end up getting to host a game because you're seeding or another team, you know, and all the games are on national television, so they're all meaningful for us. And yeah, this will hurt, but like I said, I don't want to take anything away. We got beat by a good team tonight that played better than us, that has been a good team and well coached, and that sometimes happens.
Last night against Northeastern, they went on a couple runs early in the first half, and you guys were able to respond. Tonight they went on an 8-0 run and an 11-0 run in the first half. What did you guys change last night that didn't really click tonight?
We made a couple more shots, especially Timberlake last night, you know. I'd have to go back. I think most of Jason and Nick's shots I thought were good rhythm shots for us. You know, I ran a couple of specials for Nick to get him threes. They went in and out, so that would be on me. That's a play call that I went with. I thought it was a good call. If ball doesn't go in, it's not such a good call. You know, that's kind of the way it works.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.